everybody. Welcome to another episode of Bob's Workshop. Hey, I wanted to tell you about something today that I just made yesterday. This is about the Carter Sons tool handles. I really love these. When these things came out a few years ago, I was just intrigued and enamored with the way these things look. I love, this is aircraft grade aluminum. This is their 16-inch version. This is their 12-inch version, and this is their 10-inch version. So this story is coupled with the story a few months ago when I was down in the Florida Wood Turning Symposium. There I bought this little Sorby texturing tool. So when I bought the texturing tool, it came with extra wheels. So what had happened, I was thinking, I'd really like to have another handle. So I did make this whole tool to go with the extra wheel, and I made this handle. But I also wanted another smaller handle. So since I love the Carter Son tool so much, I decided to go ahead and make a mini Carter tool. I made this yesterday. This idea just came to me a couple weeks ago. I did contact Valerie out at Carter Sons, and that's just a terrific family, and they're a nice success story in the wood turning community. So I asked her if it would be okay if I could use their name, and she said sure, that's fine. And so yesterday I went ahead and made this this handle. So now I've got a combination of the Carter handle along with a Sorby cutter on here. So the rest of this video is going to be how I made it on my metal lathe, and I put it in time-lapse photography. So it actually took a couple hours. So here's the finished tool. Here I am just laying this out every ½ inch. I did that with a scribe and a ruler. And I'm coming in and doing a couple of the easy cuts, just going left and right, using the power feed where I can. Here I'm doing the power feed also, getting ready to do the more difficult part. The overall length of this handle is about 6 inches, a little bit more. I'm doing some parting cuts. Here's where it gets a little more tricky, where I'm using both the cross feed and the compound in order to go both left and right and forward and backwards. So this is a little difficult, much more difficult on a metal lathe than just scooting around on a spindle like this with a spindle gouge. Yeah, this is walking and chewing gum at the same time for me. So I got relatively close. Here I am using the 10-inch handle as a guide. That's where it fell over. Luckily it didn't hit anything. Again, just trying to go uphill, combination of left and right hand. I would have liked to do a little bit better job of having a nice long sloping line in the center there, but it was difficult. Right in here, ideally this should have been 1 300,000ths thick, but I only had a 1 inch wide piece of aluminum, so I didn't really get the top oval as nice as I would have liked, or to scale. What I did, I started with that 10-inch handle and just multiplied everything times 0.6, which would give me that little bit longer than 6-inch handle. And going uphill on the front part of the handle, and again just back and forth, slowly but surely. This process actually took probably an hour and a half, 2 hours to do this, because I was going slow here, trying to get these curves. All you guys that have done metal lathe work, knowing trying to get a curve via freehand, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So once I got close, I'm about to start getting into this with a file. Here you go. And then I did some rough sandpaper. This was kind of going slow. So shortly here I'm going to switch over to a rasp. There it is. Then tackled it again with both the different files and different grits of sandpaper. I started with probably about 80 grit and finally got a really nice polished finish with about 600 grit sandpaper. I also polished it with Brasso, which really made it shine. Almost looks like silver. And just cutting it off with a saw, and from there I took it over and sanded the bottom off. And there's the finished tool.